Hello, and welcome to the Crystal Lightworkers podcast to aid spirituality and well-being using crystals. My name is Jackie Winters, founder of the British Academy of Crystal Healing, and today I would like to speak to you about my experience working with Lavender Sky Euphoralite.
The British Academy of Crystal Healing is one of the UK's leading authorities on crystal healing. We would appreciate you subscribing and sharing news about our work to your friends and colleagues. Maybe even visit us on one of our 5-star rated online classes at www.britishacademyofcrystalhealing.com.
Euphoralite really is becoming one of my absolute favourite crystals to work with. So today is my experience of working with Lavender Sky. A beautiful lavender colour that feels divine. So once again, Euphoralite made me wait a few days before I received a true connection. The energy of this crystal is very light, and as such it took me some time to recognise the subtle messages that were being emitted. Finally, my first insight a few days later. Through meditation, the crystal took my awareness to be energetically standing under a beautiful lavender sky. It felt so serene, so warm, so nurturing, and my heart was truly singing. Deep mental relaxation began to wash over me, and I felt Lavender Sky was looking over me, watching and nurturing my soul. What a beautiful experience. As time went by with Lavender Sky, it began teaching me about illusions, and the very first illusion that my attention was brought to was that the sky is really lavender and not blue. Hang on a minute, I need verification on what I am being told here. So as I'm speaking to the lavender sky, I said, are you saying then that the energy field of the sky is lavender and that the real sky in the three-dimensional world is lavender? I was a little bit confused. So at this point, a memory shot into my mind of when I spent some time in the Bedouin camp in Egypt. And I remember that we were all in the desert looking at the night sky through a very sophisticated telescope, watching the movement of the stars and the planets in the cosmos. The guide that was with us told us that the reason the sky is blue is because the absorption of light into the particles within the atmosphere, and that all light except blue was being absorbed, and that is why we see blue. One day, he said, the sky will be a beautiful lavender colour when the world has evolved enough. Okay. So my mind was taken to this thought directly after having the impression from the lavender sky that the sky was actually lavender and not blue. So I decided to do some research on the internet to see what I could discover. And as I searched around 5 or 6 websites, they were all offering very similar kind of information. My first find was to say that apparently the sky was orange until around about 2.5 billion years ago. But it said if you jump back in time then to see it, you will be double over in a coughing fit because way back then the air was very toxic. And vicious vapours of carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, cyanide and methane were in the atmosphere, not conducive to life. And then I found a child's science page, which was probably more my level of understanding. And the heading on the page read, Earth's skies are violet. We just see them as blue. And the information read, why is the sky blue? It is a common question that most children ask, and the simple answer is that blue light is scattered by our atmosphere more than the red light, hence the blue sky. The blue sky we observe depends upon 2 factors: how sunlight interacts with Earth's atmosphere, just like the Bedouins had said, and how our eyes perceive the light. When light interacts with our atmosphere, it can scatter, similar to the way one snooker ball can collide with others, making them go in all different directions. The shorter the wavelength of light, the more the light scatters. Since the rainbow of colours, going from red to violet, corresponds with wavelengths of light going from long to short. The shorter blue wavelengths scatter more easily. However, violet light does actually have a shorter wavelength. So violet should, or lavender, should be scattered more than the blue, making the sky to appear violet. So according to the Children's Science website, it turns out that our sky is actually violet, but they suggest that it appears blue because of the way our eyes worked. Okay, so initially I was there, completely enthralled by what was being said by the scientists on the website. I totally immersed myself in the concept that the sky is lavender and we just see it as blue, and believed everything they said. So my next interaction with Lavender Sky was when it said to me and spoke to me about illusions and how they can be quite tricky to detect. Lavender Sky said, have you checked in with yourself and asked if what is being said here about the sky is true? So I said, well, why would I? I have no reason to doubt what scientists are saying, and these people know what they are doing, don't they? Or else they would not be offering information on the internet. Lavender Sky said, so you're just blindly believing anything you are told if the source has a credibility. So I said, well, only to a certain extent. I think there is a good possibility that science has gleaned enough knowledge to ascertain this information, so it is possibly true. Lavender Sky said, possibly. Ah, yes, there it is. Doubt. So what is your truth on this? When you look at the sky, what colour do you see? Well, I see blue mainly, but I have also seen red, violet and orange skies. Have you possibly seen these? No, I have actually seen them. Your truth is today, with no doubt, that your sky is blue. Well, yes, our minds can get caught up in a concept of something and lead us away from today's reality and facts. The truth belongs to nobody but you. And please do not forget this because it will serve you well. So let's recap. Your truth about the sky being lavender is false for you today. Is that correct? Yes, the sky is mainly blue, red, orange and violet light displaying at certain times. Can you see what can happen? We can get lost in a concept of something that someone, usually someone who we consider to be in an authority on a subject, tells us it is true. Instead of basing our reality and perception on what we know to be true in this moment in time, what is resonating with you. Do not allow your mind to be conditioned by others. Keep hold of your individuality and stay true to yourself in this moment in time. Truth can change daily. It should never be fixed. Allow yourself to grow and expand through experiences. Remember that it is really important to self-inquire and discern your own individual truth, and not base your reality on hearsay, speculation, or opinion, no matter how authoritative the source is. Please do not think this illusion of the sky being lavender is the only illusion. Life is full of illusions. My next encounter with Lavender Sky was when I was waking one morning after keeping and sleeping with it under my pillow. I saw an eagle in my inner eye standing next to me, clear as anything. It was large and so beautiful, but damaged. Its left wing had hardly any feathers, and it looked as if it had been scorched by a fire. I knew the eagle was an aspect of myself. In fact, I felt that I was the eagle. It was grounded and forlorn, alive and in reasonably good health except for the tattered wings. My own body has an energetic imbalance on the left side, and I truly could relate to the imbalance that the eagle had. I wanted to help the eagle get better, so I asked my energy guides if there was anyone who could help me help the eagle. I was told that the eagle was a representative of my own health, and as my health improves, so will eagles. I was told to begin working on my kidney and bladder flows. After practicing JSJ for many years, I know these flows of energy travel all through the body from head to toe, and the energy it relates to is fear, insecurity, and uncertainty. And oh boy, did these bring up some wonderful issues for me to deal with. things that I thought I had dealt with along my journey, but here I was again, recognizing my emotional attachment to people and situations within my life through my insecurities. The main lesson that was unearthed within me was my insecurity regarding being loved, feeling safe, secure, and nurtured, overcoming my fear of being hurt emotionally by others, especially those close to me. I knew that I needed to emotionally detach myself from others and focus on finding my own inner security. But how? If you don't know how to do something, and I've been insecure quite a long time, and I don't know how to not be insecure. So I asked Lavender Sky to help me. Lavender Sky spoke and said, "Place your security in love. Know that when you hold love in your heart for everyone, you will never get hurt. It is only when you fall out of that vibration into fear of being hurt, being betrayed, being unloved, being excluded. The list goes on. And it's only then that you manifest that fear into your everyday reality, that it becomes very real to you. When you focus deeper within you and relax into the fears, you will find that love will bring security, nurturing, safety, and everything that you are looking for. Because you are vibrating to those frequencies, you will manifest those realities into your everyday life. At that point, a quote from the scriptures came to mind. "In God I place my faith and trust." I have always perceived God as energy, the energy of love and truth. So now this was all beginning to make a lot of sense to me and resonate with me. I wasn't hearing this for the first time, just remembering how to find that inner security I was looking for. In other words, I hadn't realized I knew how to find it. It was in there in me somewhere, but I just needed reminding. Do you know, it is not until we are taken away from love into fear, insecurity, that we begin to seek truth, so we can reconnect to the healing vibrations of love and restore inner harmony. Fear causes many reactions within the body: jealousy, hatred, spite, anger, frustration. The list is exhaustive. And these are all destructive vibrations creating dis-ease within us. However, if we just dig deeper within ourselves to find the truth of the situation being presented, we will start to realize that the external world is just reflecting these insecurities back to us through our life events and situations. So self-inquire. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling this? Is it true? By doing this, you will eventually find your true self. And your true self is love. And when you forgive, relax, release, and resolve to maintain the healing vibrations of love within your being and for other people, you will become happy, healthy, and at peace. Move away from the destructive situations. Take control of your own wellness and value your clean energy field. I've had to let old friends leave my life as they have chosen to stay in a vibrational level that doesn't match mine. And that's okay. They are free to make their decisions and choices, and I must do what I can to maintain my loving vibrations too. This has often meant me leaving jobs, changing homes where I live, allowing friends to have their own circle of friends and move on. Even family members, I've found that sometimes I've had to distance myself until I find that inner harmony. Now I do this so that I can find the harmony within myself and stay in the vibrations of love. I'm choosing not to act from the unclean vibrations. And it takes a lot of courage, control, and willpower. And I'm not going to lie, I have been tested just like everyone else and sometimes failed miserably, lashing out verbally instead of finding another way to release my frustration or low vibration that's emerged within me. And that's okay, because I aim to try harder next time. Apologize to people that I have maybe hurt unintentionally or even intentionally. And I also strive to pay karma forward to reconnect me to my own heart. This spiritual path is not an easy one, so I do manage to hold compassion in my heart for those who are stuck in the lower vibrations, because I know how difficult it is personally to drag myself out of those vibrations and try and reconnect with my heart. And to those who are genuinely wanting to evolve into love, I am always happy to offer a helping hand. Live in the heart, go with the flow of life, and trust in the process. You will always feel safe then. JSJ, Jin Shinjitsu, is a wonderful accompaniment that I personally use with crystal. It marries attitude with energy locks and speaks of inherent life force traveling through the body and how to ensure a clean flow. I then use crystals to help when I discover things along the flows within my body that I need to clean or purify. And there are many crystals available to us, and I am going to dedicate some more podcasts to explaining which ones to marry with which conditions. The kidney and bladder flows are born in the fourth depth of incarnation and relate to the path of service, the reason for being here, and your destiny. And if you would like to join us to learn more about these pathways of energies and the flows through your body, through the organs in your body, and what the flows are related to and what attitudes are linked to the flows, we have a masterclass starting on the 3rd of January. It's online, and we would absolutely love to see you and help you through this journey, this spiritual journey that we're all going through. So by journeying along these energy flows with your awareness, you can find blockages and imbalances just like I did before they manifest into the physical body as illness or disease. We will be using crystals to harmonize the flows and educating on energy medicine, the density of energy, and relaying information on crystals that can help you relax through the fears and insecurities that may surface. Now, you may wonder, why on earth would anyone want to do this? Why not just let sleeping dogs lie, so to speak? But when you understand that the emotional and mental parts of our being vastly impact on the physical body and the world around us, and that all illnesses are born from the subconscious mind, where we store emotions and unproductive thoughts that have an impact on our physical body. It means taking your awareness into the part of you that you may not want to explore. You may change your mind and realize that this journey really does have its benefits. It keeps you clean, healthy, and in good physical, mental, and emotional health. The results are so rewarding. You feel lighter. Your health improves. You start to develop a cleaner attitude and see the good in the world, the good in other people. You feel compassion for those that are not on this spiritual path. You lose judgmental ideas. You have a better connection to the energy world, more physical energy, more love of all things and life itself, a clearer perception of what you want and how to live your best life. It instills less worry, less stress, and a more balanced way of living in peace with your environment and within yourself. It is a journey of self-discovery, and you will also discover much that you love about yourself and life, as well as what you are resisting. So taking you now back to the eagle and Lavender Sky. As I sat holding Lavender Sky in my hand, staring at the shapes and patterns displayed on the surface of the stone, to my absolute shock and surprise, there was an eagle staring out from the crystal at me. Oh my goodness. Wow. I felt a strong connection to it in my heart and gave thanks for it being in my life. The energy world is just as powerful and strong as this three-dimensional world. After a few days of cleaning my kidney and bladder flows, I checked in with my inner world to meet Eagle. I could see that the feathers were getting stronger and growing back. Although not fully healed, a definite improvement, along with my ability to detach from emotional scars, expectations, and insecurities. Lavender Sky didn't really speak to me the same as the other members of Euphoralite family. More, it witnessed my reactions and aided me to find internal answers to questions that I posed. It was a quiet overseer of spiritual growth. That's how I saw it and interpreted the energy. The sky above my crown watching over and guiding me quietly. I did wonder what the internet had to say about eagle as a totem animal. It read, "Eagle totems appear to inspire or push you to reach higher and become more than you think you are capable of. They tell you to be courageous and really stretch your limits and see what you can do. They bring a sense of courage and a desire to explore and grow." I would wholeheartedly agree with that. I really did have to raise my perception to be the bigger person and not get lost in life events that occurred whilst I was cleaning my kidney and bladder flows. It definitely pushed me to find the courage to feel the lower vibrations within my body, to truly know and feel what insecurity feels like. By doing this, I can show compassion to others as that insecurity leaves me, because it felt awful. I didn't want those insecure feelings within me anymore. And so by fully feeling them, allowing them to surface within me and knowing them and dropping into the vibration they were emitting, eventually I fell through the vibration of the insecurity into the arms of love and truth. So to summarize, I would say that Lavender Sky works physically on the eyes, the heart, and the brain. It will help you perceive the world through love, recognize illusions that are being presented to you, and encourage self-inquiry to help you find your true self. It will open you up to recognize the truth of today, which may not be the truth of tomorrow. It will afford you protection like an eagle, hovering over you, watching, helping, overseeing your spiritual growth. I am so eternally grateful to the spirit world, the energy world, for having my back and helping me reconnect to love every time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am truly, truly blessed to have all of these wonderful experiences that I bring and weave into my everyday life. I also have to say a big thank you to all of you again for listening. Until then, I'm going to send you lots and lots of love and gratitude for allowing me into your life. Until we meet again, Jackie.
Jackie founded the British Academy of Crystal Healing back in 2004, when it was accredited by the BCMA, British Complementary Medicine Association, and later by the FHT, Federation of Holistic Therapists. The Academy is now renowned as a leading authority in the world of crystal healing and energy medicine. She is also the author of Messages from Mother Earth divination cards. Jackie is a shaman at heart and offers retreats and guidance on shamanic lifestyle. Her 40 years of knowledge is inexhaustible. She is loved for her sense of humour, light-hearted approach to teaching, and incredible connection with the mineral kingdom and energy beings. If you would like to visit www.britishacademyofcrystalhealing.com to find out more about us.